What's going on, everybody? It's Avi back for another episode of Financial Freedom in 15, the best show to come and find out how to make good money, passive income, become financially free in 15 minutes or less. I'm here today joined with Rae Reichlin, the founder of Ladies Who Lift. Rae is a total badass, and you got to check out her Instagram. She is an amazing trainer located in Chicago, and I'm super stoked to talk about everything she's working on. So welcome, Rae.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
So let's just jump right in. Let's talk about how long have you been a trainer, and your business has obviously exploded, I feel like, as of recent couple of years. How has the journey gone as being a personal trainer? It's a really competitive space.
Yeah, it's been a really wild journey. I've learned so much in a pretty short period of time, but ultimately it's been awesome. I've been a trainer for 6 years and have really risen through the ranks of that, really starting on the floor, going up to people and basically asking if they, people walking on the treadmill, if they need help with their workout and, anything in the gym and, folding towels, checking people in, to now, owning this online business. And it's been a hell of a ride.
Oh yeah, I love that. I mean, when I started real estate, I door knock door to door, and I feel like as an entrepreneur, you have to kind of start from the bottom. No one knows your name, no one knows your brand. So that's sweet. So one thing I think that's so cool about Rae is definitely check her Instagram out too if you're watching this. But not only do you train, clients like hourly, which is, awesome, and you have like some really high profile clients, I can tell, with like big followings, it seems like, but you've also created this monthly program called the Dabbler. Can you tell people about how you came up with that and what you've been doing on that?
Yeah. So really what happened is back in 2017, I started doing these classes that I was calling Ladies Who Lift. And I did one as a very introductory class as to how to lift using a barbell, how to squat, bench, deadlift, maxed it out at, I think it was like 28 people, and it sold out. It did really well. It was a good time. And I was like, sick, like fun day. And a couple weeks later, girls who had come to the class were reaching out to me being like, hey, are you going to do that again? And I was like, oh, I mean, sure, if you'd like me to. And so I did it again. And a lot of the idea used the same format, and, very quickly realized, okay, if this is an introductory class and people want to come back, I need to level up. I need to make something they can come back to. So then I started offering these level 1 and these level 2 Ladies Who Lift classes. And they sold out for a literal straight 2 years, every single Sunday. And, I was having more people that wanted to train with me than I could do with in-person personal training. There's only so many hours in the day. So November 2019, I started offering online programming, custom online programming. And that put me in a really good position that when March 2020 hit, COVID really got serious, I got a huge influx of clients. So I had too many clients online, my online training platform, than I could handle with the format that I was offering online training with now, that being custom. So I made this tier system, these 4 different tiers of training. The lowest tier of training being the Dabbler program, that was a non-custom program that seemed to suit the needs of a lot of the types of clients that I was getting. So I was able to put a lot of people into one bucket and then offer more custom, bigger ticket price training in a higher tier system after that.
So cool. And I feel like something that's like, obviously a pro and a con of COVID, but so many people that were positioned digitally and positioned who are already like taking risks and trying new trends, COVID only like accelerated their business. Like that's what happened with my business too. It was the best year because I'm very digital focused. So it just shifted, it accelerated the trend that was already happening. And how'd you get the idea? So like, was it hard to execute that? Like coming from a trainer where you're just teaching classes when you're just like, doing in-person stuff, like how do you learn and teach yourself to create this like whole customized digital purchasing experience for your clients?
Yeah. I'm definitely, I think, I can owe a lot of my success to this, but it's not always a beautiful thing, but I'm not somebody who's going to wait for something to be perfect in order to start it. I'm very much like learn on the go. So, I first started by really just offering the product as very cheap and, saying, hey, I'm going to do a lot of work for you, the client on your end in return for like feedback. What's going to make this a smoother experience? What's going to make this a more valuable experience? What seems to work about what I'm doing? What could be done a little bit better? And then by getting that feedback, really just slowly starting to reorganize and implement things a little bit better. And I think when you are in the beginning phases of something, being open and honest with your client about this being like a very like beta testing kind of situation allows it to almost feel like a collaborative experience, allows them to understand you on a more like vulnerable level, which I think can actually benefit your business a lot of times. But yeah, basically like just starting as something small and slowly learning via feedback and via the client experience, what could be done a little bit better.
Awesome. One of my favorite quotes is like progress over for perfection, because I feel like the perfection mindset has people from like stopping taking that risk or going for it.
Yeah, just start.
Yeah. Do you have other advice? Because there's so many people in my network. I have a lot of friends that are entrepreneurs, business owners, and a lot of them kind of get bottlenecked where it's like, even if they're charging a high hourly rate, they want to be able to scale. And you've obviously been able to scale because you were telling me you have like 300 plus dabbler clients. And there's no way you could, even the best trainer could train 300 plus like clients if they're doing weekly appointments. So what is the advice you have to someone, whether they own, my buddy who's like a copywriter, my friends who are like, own their own businesses, what advice do you have to them to like, knowing what you know now, how would you advise people to try to scale to these products that are more, scalable?
Yeah, I mean, recognize people's pain points would be, number one. What you're most likely going to find is that more likely than not, people aren't going to have very individual issues. More or less, people are going to have the same issues. They don't know where to start. They don't know how to organize. They don't know what to do. And building a product, a sellable product that they can use as a roadmap for that. And then I would say, it's important to, after that, to sort of find a way that you can level that one product up. Don't feel like you need to give everybody everything all at once. Build a basic foundational informational product that you can sell, and then take that and give them the next level up from that. The level 1, the level 2, the level 3. But really keeping things basic, recognizing 2-3 issues that somebody is having over and over and over, coming up with a solution for those 2-3 things, packaging it in a nice, easy way to understand, and sort of letting that product speak for itself, and then seeing what next pain points come up, something that's maybe a little bit more advanced, building something towards that.
Love it. It's like foundational step-by-step growth, just like working out. You're not just gonna freaking rep out 315 if you've never benched before. You got to build up to that.
Yeah, exactly.
One question I have too is, so many entrepreneurs I feel like undercharge. They don't know how to price fairly for what they charge. Have you had any issues in that, or how did you figure out what to charge for your own services and for your digital services too?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think that's really, really hard. I work with a business advisor who on multiple occasions has had to like really be like, Rae, you need to charge more. Like, this is what it's going to be. And I think that can really be scary. I think that one thing that he's spoke to me a lot about that I think is a really valuable piece of advice is that you can only increase your prices every so often. Like if that's once a year, a year and a half, you can only do that so often. Every time you do increase your prices, you have to increase your value somehow. So, making sure that you always have something else showing that client that you do have more to offer, and that they should be willing to pay for that next price because you want to give them that much more information. So, not devaluing your product as something too cheap. I think that, people instinctually know that if a product is pretty cheap, that what they're going to be getting is cheap as well. And then really, recognizing, supply and demand. If people are buying it, it's time to level up. But then when you do level up, recognizing that has to be done within a context of continuously adding value to whatever that product might be.
Awesome. And it's so true. Like, I have a coach for my business, and sometimes you're not going to figure these things out on your own. You need a coach if you really want to take it to the next level, whether it's a personal trainer or a business coach, or I don't even know, therapist. If you want to work on your mental health, bring someone in who can help you skip those steps. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. I could not agree more.
If people want to find out more about you or reach out to you about what you do, where's a good place for people to check in?
Yeah, Instagram is always a good place. You can find me at ray.wholifts. My website, you can also check out Ladies Who Lift, which is ladies-who-lift.com. And you can find my email, contact info there if you want to have a more, direct conversation.
Sweet. I'm going to link all that in the bio. And seriously, anyone follow Rae on Instagram. Her Instagram is super funny, super informative, just so much value, but also really entertaining. I feel like you're at like 20K followers, and we got to try to catch up to you. Keep crushing it.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Anything else, Rae, before I let you go?
No, I appreciate, you having me on. I think this is a really cool experience. And if you're out there, questioning yourself, whether to do something, whether to start, just start.
Hell yeah. Thanks so much, Rae.
Yeah, of course.